Good morning, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. I'm very excited that the cameras were all set properly because I did not check them because we were just, yammering about things. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we are PM Artist Studio. Oh, that was a good one. I didn't crackle out at the end.
I know.
I haven't even been drinking.
No. Thank goodness. 10 a.m. in Texas.
Well, we can always, rectify that.
Anyway, hello everybody. Happy Mother's Day to those of you that are in the U.S. because I don't think that, it's not a worldwide thing, but, because the Mother's Day in the UK is a different time. I don't
Yeah.
It's very U.S.-centric at this moment in time. But anyway, happy Mother's Day to all y'all around the world because we know we got y'all. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we do not know that you are here. We like to know that you are here because we are an arty-friendly bunch of folks. Thumbsy upsies, y'all. That's that little thing down there. There's a little boop, and you hit it, and then it lights up. Sometimes, it used to, sometimes sparkle. I haven't seen that in a while.
I think they probably dismissed that for something else they thought was more.
I don't know. I kind of liked it when it sparkled because then it's like I knew. Anyway. That's how my brain works some days. Subscribe to the channel. Do all that YouTube-y business that one does if you are new. That's right. Hello, Julie, and welcome. And we got a new Julie. Okay, so, yeah, let me say hello to everybody. Say hello in the chat, pinky hello hands and all that business. Lizzie Jean was making me laugh. And then we got to check all about that. We were talking about that. All right, we've got Christina is here, Seminole Mind. That's Sue. Alice goes Nomad. Hello, Alice. And Webb is here. Becky, Cookie Wookie. That's Mo. Darcy, Dawn, Devin, Rex for Art. That is Yolande. Dawn just popped in there. Bartender's daughter. Hello, Jerry. Eddie, Emma, Griffin Shell. That's Rhonda. Jackie. Handy Scandy, that's Nancy. Jennifer's Dog Life. Jenny's here. Joan, Julie, Lindsay, Lizzie Jean, Margie, Marguerite, Marcia Markle. Hello, Marcia. Happy to see you in the chat. Mixed Media Mess, that is Lori. Monroe, hey Monroe, we're happy that you're coming back around. We missed you. Painting again, that is Sandy. Yes, Sandy. Okay, yes, see, look, I got it. Stuck in there. I wrote it down. Patricia, Paula, Penka, Pia, Veronica. I know some other people popped in there. Let me know. Give me some extra pinky hello hands or yellow hellos or just,
Yeah, and I can't do that because right now Mariah has me on large screen, and I mean large. So I could either look at the screen or the chat.
I don't like you looking at chat anyway.
It's probably just as well.
You get distracted.
I do. And then, Yeah, it's just best that I don't do that.
That's my job. Except for on Mondays.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh, top sign. Okay, here we go. Did we do all the things? I think we did all the things. Let me know. Top view. See, I didn't fix that. She's knocked the camera about.
I have. I've whacked it a couple times with the gel plate. That I was trying to balance two at once. I about lost one, and grabbing it. And it may have done the microphone too,
yeah,
but
I
I think
pretty
the
good.
microphone's fine.
Yeah.
All right, look at all that interesting stuff in front of you there. Whoa. All right, so this is the little flower that Izzy came up and gently tapped my face this morning and said, Happy Mother's Day, Gigi.
Sweet baby.
Isn't she? Yeah. She's a keeper. We're going to keep her.
We are. She's the reason I can celebrate Mother's Day.
Yes. When we're gatherings and people have multiple children or whatever, she's like, excuse me, I don't have any backups. I need to take care of the one that I have.
We just got the one.
And that just makes me laugh.
Brad and I chuckle about it all the time. We're like, some of these folks, we don't know if they're watching that kid or not. And I'm like, maybe they have more, but we just got the one.
They've got backups. We just have one.
Hopefully that's funny to y'all. If not, then you're taking life way too seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can't laugh, you
That's right.
Step outside and step in front of a bus. Okay, here we go. You saw me put this down. Well, I do have sort of dark humor sometimes.
100%.
I'm one of
And
those.
I don't know if everybody knows that. Like,
I'm
if they're just rolling in, they're going to be like, good gosh. Remember?
Hey.
This is like, you know.
This is, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of shows that I like to watch. Okay, so this stencil, which, I had it for a long time, and I was going to do
This is like murder on the dance floor. Because there's those spats. I didn't even notice that, like, before with the, crackle is in red, so it's like, but, this is called Dance Party. This is murder on the dance floor.
Yeah.
We're starting this off with lots of happiness.
Lots of happiness here.
Uh-huh.
And remember...
she did say that, Lizzie Jean.
That's not black. That is purple, red, and yellow.
Right.
And I like these X's with the little flippy-do, flippy up.
Yeah.
Reminds me of, 60s hairstyles. Or maybe scissors. Yeah.
Scissors.
You know that.
On the dance floor.
I like this.
Yeah.
Now, I did notice that the notes were kind of going the wrong way when you...
Oh, you needed to put it down the other way.
Yeah, but that's okay. We don't really care about that.
Yeah.
So, anywho, this was pulled with the Ara...
Hey, Linda.
Gold. Just the regular gold, not the dark gold. Okay, there's a difference.
Yeah.
And I think this is quite nice. And then, this is the pull-off from this one. And this is... Oh, I just had it here. Where is it? Anyway, it's the blue stuff.
The blue.
The blue. My favorite blue. I'm
Hello, Laura.
fixing my thing here because some stuff got knocked off. Okay.
Now, those of you that are coming in,
There it is.
thumbsy-upsies, please.
Yes.
Let folks
light
know.
phthalo blue. This, if you want to get some stuff off the plate, this is the one to go to. I had somebody talking in one of the, because I try to go through the combos, the comments.
Commenting on the comments.
Yeah. Before I go to the stream, because a lot of times I will see something that I can address here.
Yes.
Because it's just...
Look at you. I mean, that's downright professional.
Yeah, that's who I am.
I know.
Yeah,
She can step it up sometimes.
I can. It's mostly a matter of want to.
I know, that's right.
Not can do.
Right. Hi, Carla. Hi, Erna.
Anyhow, talked about this paint, and they were having trouble with it because it remained sticky for a long time. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what that is, and I can't remember the brand name of it. It escapes me. I don't know what it was. But here's my feeling about it. If that happens with more than one tube, mm-hmm. I'd take that stuff back to the store and say, excuse me, this is this paint, there's something wrong with it. I would like my money back. And if they don't give you your money back, shop elsewhere.
Yeah. PSA, y'all.
And here's the thing, I know what to put with paints.
Here, Sandy says, because see, we were worried about this.
What?
So P was really sweet. She said, I don't feel like I deserve this community sometimes. I'm just kind of a grumpy old lady or whatever. I said, well, that's probably true. I said, but I think there are some people that really resonate with that. And painting, again, that's Sandy. She says, I just love P. She vocalizes my thoughts frequently.
Well, I do try to
filter a little.
Filter.
Somewhat.
Oh, I do. You don't realize a lot of the stuff that I haven't said that.
We would charge money for y'all to have full access to this.
Oh, yeah. Well,
number one, you need to sign a waiver.
Oh, yeah. You do. Right off the bat.
It's like pay-per-view.
Seriously.
I don't think y'all understand.
Anyhow, I did this morning, because I was just reading some of the comments, and I told Mariah, I said, I don't deserve this in my life. I should have somebody out there that's, calling me out every other sentence or whatever. And then Mariah pointed out that she said, I swear to God, you and Candy, you must have been telepathically communicating, because sometimes what she says is exactly what comes out of your mouth. And I'm like, well, there you go. Yeah. I'm not alone in the world. All right, now
Hey, Gary.
I did promise you that I was going to. Oh, and I wanted to show you this because I went ahead. And
Jennifer's Dog's Life would like to sign that waiver. There's some people that are interested in this pay-per-view business. We always said that we weren't going to put anything behind a paywall, but that would be it because
and we would have to.
We would just have to
because of the right. There would be a whole bunch of people that would be upset with me.
Mm-hmm. They already
because
are.
Because I'm irreverent and
That's my mom.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, I love you.
Steve used to say
it was World Collage Day. I know, and Sherry told me that. I was like, well, I missed it. Dagnabbit.
What is it?
World Collage Day was yesterday.
Oh, well, we don't have to have a day to collage. We just collage whenever the spirit hits us.
There we go.
And I did find some really fun stuff back here. I gotta get this out. I wish you could feel it. It's like crepe de chine stuff. And when you glue it down, it does the most remarkable thing. And what I do is I glue it down very loosely. And then when it dries, I come back in and I rub off the parts that aren't glued down. Looks really cool. I wish I could remember where that is that I did that.
Oh, I think there was like there were a couple of the
postcards.
I don't know if they're the ones that like we kept. I think you gave them away. I think they were giveaways. Because they were.
Did I?
I think so. If y'all have one of those, let us know who you are.
No, it's the purple and gold one. Can't believe I gave that away. Boy, if you got that one, you got something. Because, I mean...
I kind of feel like Margie got one of those. Margie? Because there were a couple in that series. I don't know if they all got that stuff on it, but it was during that same time. That's why my brain...
Yeah, I don't know what I did with all of my other postcards. Did I give them to you?
Well, they're all in the thing.
What do you mean, the thing? We have a thing of postcards?
Oh, we do.
This is not the daily ones. Oh, yeah, okay. No, I don't think that's that batch. But maybe.
Maybe.
No, I don't think so. I think those are a later date. This was much earlier.
Well, then it's these from our...
No, one of those. I think it got sent away. I don't know. It's neither here nor there. Now, I did plan... I've got some stuff back here for collaging, but I'm not quite ready to do that. I'm continuing on my pathway here. But look at this. Isn't this wonderful?
Hey, Lee.
All right, so we've got those two out of the way. I want you to look at this brayer off.
Ooh.
If this is not just absolutely...
That is fantastic.
Isn't that wonderful?
Mm-hmm. Hi, Jennifer.
I mean, I just hesitate putting anything else on.
I know. I think you should leave it.
Look at those little...
Yeah, from your brayer getting...
Yeah, having...
Gooked up.
Knobbies. Knobby businesses. And there you can see them.
Hi, Rosemary. Oh, thank you. Hey, Liz.
Anywho.
Thumbsy upsies, y'all.
All right. So then I had a flip off of this, and I've got...
That's a flop off.
A flop off.
I don't know why you keep trying to flip everybody off lately.
Yeah.
It's just a
Freudian slip.
It's Freudian.
Mm-hmm. So anyhow, I've got this and I've got this on the plate, and we have a whole bunch of stuff to pull. But I just love, this is also a flop off. Right? Everybody understands that? You see this over here?
We believe you.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Carrie said he saw the short of pea pulling my roses with the leaves on a gold background. Fabulous job.
Did you see how many thumbs upsies it got?
Well, no, it's views.
Oh.
I wish we got that many thumbsy upsies. It would get a lot more views if it had that many thumbsy upsies. There's a correlation, y'all. Thumbsy upsies equals, oh, YouTube says, oh, you like this. And then you watch the whole thing. And then you watch another thing of ours. It really likes that.
Yeah. That. But anyhow, I've got this one that we're going to flip on top. Look at this. No, you gotta have it going the right way. There we go. Hot diggity. So it fits over the top of this. And I'm going to show you why that's important. But just, we're getting to that.
Aw, thanks, Miriam.
Look at this brayer off. Isn't this gorgeous?
Ooh.
So subtle and so beautiful.
You need to leave that one on, or we stamp on it. We need to do some stamping. Maybe that's what I do tomorrow. I'm just going to stamp things.
Okay.
And make them furry and stuff. Maybe I can prep some things.
All right, and I want to do
For
this one. I've been
furriness.
threatening to do this one. This one is a white flop off. I don't even know what it is, really.
I can tell you what it is.
No, you can't. Don't you tell me. But look at this. Isn't this interesting?
Wants,
so I've got all of these things lined up here, and then I've got
okay. I'll do stamping
I've got
tomorrow.
a doodle page of doodles and stamps.
Ooh, I love that. I love the beetle coming in there. It's like it's after the little thing.
I got some plans for that, but you know how it is. I never get. You know, I just never quite...
She's just showing you the pile. These are the things we might get to.
Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
There's a plan in the pile.
Okay, and I you know, I think I did something with this.
Hi, Jen.
Did
Welcome.
I show you what I did with this already?
Oh, Monroe loved that one.
And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
Hi, Meredith.
Okay, I've got a whole bunch of stuff going here that I don't know if we're going to get to any of that. And, of course, the leaves, y'all know about that.
I didn't see that one. I watched,
All right, let's get something on here.
which was the last one that I watched at Darcy? I was kind of watching them out of sequence, I think, so I maybe sort of, but she was doing some cool things with envelopes
Oh, yeah?
and using the little window deals. See, I want to do that. She's really good at batching that stuff, and I want to do that, but then I always just focus in on like one little thing, and then I only have the one thing done. See, you're good at the batchy business. I don't batch as well. I'm not a batcher.
She's not a batcher.
I'm a lot of things.
Well, here's my feeling on this. Somebody said that Mariah just needs to relax and go with the flow. Listen, let me tell you what. She's never been very good at that. If she doesn't have a list or
It's very hard for me.
a plan, and not just a plan, but
Hi, Charmaine.
plans.
Oh, question for P. Sometimes.
And plans and plans.
Okay, hey, look, we don't have to talk about me. It's fine. Question for P. Sometimes when I use PanPastels on the plate, then pull with the paint, the print is smeared. Like the pastels are smeared. How do I fix that? Well, do you notice that that's kind of what happened with her there too?
Yeah, I'll bring that back. Let me get this down. And
I think if you go lighter with your pastels, but then your color's going to be lighter.
it has more to do with the paint that you put down, dear.
Oh, does it? Oh,
Yes, it
oh,
does.
look at her. She does know things. She's learning things in the last week
I
or
am
so.
learning some things, and here's the dealio. You have to figure out for yourself which one of those paints is going to be. I personally think heavy bodies are
Better.
more better.
Yeah.
For this. And I'm telling that because I think I'll bring back this one print here in a minute and I'll show you what I mean.
Hey, Sherry.
Well, that went kind of wonky, but, you know, as long as I don't
Happy
have
Mother's
500 million wrinkles, we'll take it. We don't care about the edges. Cut those boogers off.
You can square that up later.
Square it up later.
There's enough.
Yeah, we got margin.
Hi,
Margin
Gray.
All right, now, this had on, oh my gosh, look at how vibrant that is.
Ooh.
Whoa. All right, so you remember the color that was down here was green, right? It has some PanPastel
Yeah, leftover from the...
leftovers. Hopefully, we're going to pull all of that up because that intermediate layer, this is layer number
And if you like this stencil,
3.
it's original. Yeah, because it's been altered. But if you're looking for this, this is Baubles and Bubbles. See, now y'all see how that's how that happens. It's not very good with her pizza guy skills.
Okay, yes. Which I went ahead, and knowing what I know now, I want another one of these because I'm going to cut it out differently.
Okay.
It's getting kind of thick. And
It is. It looks thick.
It is thick. It's about time for it to. Oh, did you notice that I cut up the one that the stencil stuck down?
Yes.
And somebody's going to get, those are special.
Those are special. So.
They have gold on them too.
So remember when the one stuck down? She cut it up, so it's going to go in some orders.
And I think,
hey, Jocelyn,
you know, I don't know what I will do differently, but I will do something different because I think that that's kind of cool. I enjoy this stencil so much. I've also used the circles on the end just by themselves. I've used this strip here by itself, you know, to do that kind of thing. So there is that.
And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. We very much appreciate it. It lets other people know we got the live going on. Things are happening. Let's come have fun together.
This is a pull-off.
Yeah, it's the second ghost print of the pastels.
It is, and I didn't mean to pull it, but I'm going to show you how well the light phthalo blue pulls this stuff up. And I'm going to show you how to best get the residue. It's probably not going to give you very much. I mean, you know, you actually wouldn't even really need to take it off because it's not going to come up.
Oh, and then
and remember, this is wet strength tissue paper.
Hi, Ellen.
And what I really do like is it's pulling up a lot of that
you almost got all the blue
behind stuff. Okay, double blue there. That's because there's PanPastel blue, and then I pulled it with blue.
I know, but I don't think much of that blue was left.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
And you can see it's softer.
Mm-hmm.
The edges are softer on the PanPastels as opposed to the paint. And that's kind of just the way it is. And I was going to talk about this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so to go back, Jeanette, remember when you
can kind of see some areas.
Right, whenever you were doing this, and then we were like, oh, wipe it with the
we're going to do it right now.
Right, with the baby wipe. Then she was like, oh no, but I meant, you know, use the baby wipe with the oil, then it would wipe up.
You have to have both.
And I'm like, yeah, that makes more sense.
Baby wipes don't work by themselves. I've tried it. Remember with that one arrow?
Yeah, that's what
I put down the wrong color. I don't even remember.
We're now back on the same conversation. Very good.
Are we?
Mm-hmm. It all comes around.
Wipe on, wax off. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Wipe on, wax off.
Now, I used to, when I was teaching watercolor, I would tell my kids, you know, you're not painting a fence or a wall. You're touching and letting go.
Touch, let go. Mm-hmm.
And you would just be absolutely gobsmacked to find out how much stuff is actually out there.
Yeah.
And you do have to, it's not just the baby wipey. You have to have the oil too. For whatever reason. I don't know.
The things work well together.
And that's not normally true when you have a water-based product. But for this, whatever's in the...
Yeah, whatever binding agent is that makes the PanPastels creamy is probably what, you know, requires both the oil and the wipe to get her all up. See that?
See, there's just kind of a pink film out there. It's really, I mean...
Well, and now that you've done with you, it'll come up.
And the whole thing about it is, when you're using the baby oil, you're also conditioning your plate, which
is a good thing.
Is a good thing. Now, I can't get any of this other stuff up here because it's oily now. So, the tape won't remove it.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, you should do this.
So, tape,
oil,
wipe.
Tape, oil, wipes in that particular...
In that order. Otherwise, you know tapey until the oily gone.
Absolutely. All right.
There you go.
Oh, sorry.
Always that one.
This is the leftover from.
That one's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I'm wiping my hands off.
all right. These were started. Was it started Monday? Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, and let me see if I can find the one that preceded this one.
Right.
Oh, it's in a whole stack over here. I can't.
You want me to grab that?
If you want to grab the stack and go through it, please be my guest.
Okay.
I just see an avalanche ready to
happen.
And I have that pot of paint or whatever it is on top so that the air conditioner doesn't blow all my tissue papers off.
I'm so sore from vacuuming.
From what?
From vacuuming the stairs.
Oh, because you're using muscles that you have not used before.
Yeah.
We like to
Well, and Brad usually does that.
He does.
He's the stair.
He's the stair person. Boy, this is really. But you can see I picked up a lot of what we thought was there, and Mariah's going through the tissue paper. She might see something there that she wants anyway. For her stamping and.
Yeah, I think we'll after the stream, you and I can
wawing.
Excuse me. Pick out ones.
Look at how hard I grabbed that. I got my fingerprints on that side. But you can see those PanPastels just present themselves in a much softer, furry sort of light. I think it's really quite remarkable. I really do. Did I show the other one? Yeah, I did. All right, I'm just back rolling it the other way. I'm not going to worry about what's on here right now.
Here.
I do think, oh, yeah.
See that?
All right, remember this one? I think this is absolutely, I think it should be framed.
Got some ASMR with all the tissue, sorry.
Some what?
ASMR, you know, the sound. I don't know what it stands for, I can't remember. But it's about, you know, sound and getting enjoyment out of certain sounds.
Well, I just really think that this is remarkable, a remarkable print. Oh, and there's the other one from the one I just pulled. Give me that one, Mariah, too.
This the Mongriani kind of looking?
Yeah.
Well, color-wise. Oh, yeah.
This is the one that
preceded
the blue one. This was what was left on after I pulled this. Yeah.
Audio stimulus meridian response.
Good Lord.
Thank you, Becky. Yeah, that's why they call it ASMR, because can't remember that.
Audio stimulus.
Meridian response.
What is meridian? What does that mean?
Can Becky hook us up, girl?
Meridian. I know what a meridian is, but why is that?
Yeah, I know. I was kind of wondering.
Okay, so I'm not going to take anything off this. We're just going to leave it as is. But you all saw the process anyway. Tape, oil. All right, now here's this booger. This is the remnants of the other one. This is what was left on the plate. And here's, you know, we were just somebody was just asking about what I don't know why this doesn't stick to the.
Oh, yeah. I think Jenny was kind of inquiring about some of the plates.
It does not stick to the acetate. Or not acetate. What do you call it? Lucite.
Yeah. Oh, it touches the spot in an audio sensory kind of way. It's meridian, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is funny. I have this fan in my bedroom, and it's one of those ones I got at Costco that looks like a robot. You know, a little round thing. Oh. Well, now it's tweeting. I thought for sure I had frogs outside my window.
Well, you might, because they do.
Trilling. You know how those little frogs
Yeah,
do?
we usually have those, but I think, snakes, they're not only, like, they eat the mice, but they also eat the frogs, because we've actually seen it. Brad
Pulled one out.
intervened on one day.
We used to have a little frog that lived in the Norfolk.
Yeah, well, he's back out there. The Norfolk's back out there, so maybe the frog will come back.
All right, even though this is not a super spectacular print by any means, it's a good start for something. And you could add to it and really, gosh, I just keep bringing this back. I think this is so remarkable. It has so many layers in it because it's got that initial layer, and then this blue, which I didn't know at the time, is a metallic. I mean, I just wanted that light blue.
Oh, hi, Nikiana.
I didn't do that intentionally. But you can see how that absolutely works with, and how that one stencil, even though it was totally unrelated to leaves, really worked to capture that feeling of how the jungle and the light and the darks and all of that filter through. Oh, I know. So brilliant. I'm not going to clean that either because I don't want to. Might have to.
Not right now.
Not right now.
It's a whole stack of things over there to do.
A whole stack of things to do. All right, we're going in reverse order now. I'm going to be pulling the big ones, all the big ones, and then the little ones. And I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is one I made using the neurographic.
Oh, okay. Because it probably didn't all go into chat, but so meridian, each of a set pathways in the body along which vital energy is said to flow.
Oh.
There are 12 such pathways associated with specific organs. Kind of Chinese medicine type stuff. Or it's a circle of constant longitude.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
that was
about.
the meridian she was talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so all I did is I just moved the neurographic around. I'm sorry that I'm flopping this, but here, let me get rid of this.
Yeah. Oh.
You can see the colors that I used. They're in the plate.
All right, Lindsay. We'll see you back.
Sometimes forget which way I'm turning. But this is that plum color. Can't tell you. This is that, I think, a light blue again. And this is that army green.
Well, is this the color combo?
No.
I think it just about is. Let's call it that. Where's your thing? You need yours that has the stuff on it. What'd you do with it?
I don't know.
Gosh, lady.
There it is.
Look at you finding things. I'm just so proud of her.
Well, the green is a little different.
Yeah, but in certain spots, we're just gonna, squint and
squint. Yeah, I'll go with that. And that
it's the best representation thus far. We still, we're 11 days into May, and
yeah,
we got a whole month.
And I'm sorry I had some wrinkles because I really didn't need any wrinkles on this particular one to make it, they look like.
See, Carrie, he posts his on the, day one. That's good. That's the press. He says, hey, this is it. And then Paula posts it over Maker. She does her thing. And then we spend the entire month trying to achieve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, anywho, moving right along here.
Hi, Jessie.
Okay, now I want to talk about this one before I pull it because
hi, Angela.
This is PanPastels.
Ooh.
So this was what was left on the plate with the green. Yeah, you saw the green.
Yeah, but
big green here.
But the pink there is PanPastel.
Yeah, everything is.
Everything? No,
everything
there's the paint.
Except this last layer. Well, I mean, beside the green being
okay, yeah.
from this.
Good talk.
Okay. So we've got the green that was there, and then we've got the pool color was this orange, which I really, after I did it,
It's true, Carrie.
I really wished I'd gone with the blue.
Yeah. We all wish that
Yeah.
at this point.
This was put down with the blue pan pastel, but it was very light.
Yeah.
I didn't emphasize it because I didn't want it to. And I wasn't very careful, so I bled out into,
Yeah.
Whatever. But I just wanted you to know that you could, come in and use them in that
Hi, Kathy.
capacity.
Welcome to those of you that have come in. Give those thumbsy upsies. Pretty please. Say hello in the chat.
And then you can see exactly where the pan pastels were.
Oh, yeah. That's helpful.
If I'd straighten out my paper here, it's gotten wonky from...
Yeah, it's okay. You're kind of doing some things.
I am doing some things. Okay, I'll put this aside for just a minute and talk about this.
Okay.
See, it gets the stickum on my hoop-de-doo things. It's kind of lost its stickum.
She uses the old Cricut mats.
Yeah.
And after a while, one of the reasons we get rid of them is because they don't stick anymore. Actually, the main reason we get rid of them because we put, we make the sticky. We reapply the sticky.
Yeah. But once they crack, there isn't anything you can do.
No, because then they mess up with the rollers and stuff.
Okay,
hey,
so
Ann.
you can see this, and I don't know if this is worth messing with.
Oh, I think if you go light with something light, I think.
White? You think I should just
Or
go
just
ahead
one
and
of
do
the pearly colors.
Now see what happens here?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That's not helping your situation.
It didn't help my situation at
Yeah,
all.
that is the technical term.
Oh. All right.
According to probably PM-isms.
Yeah.
Stick them.
All right, let's just whip some white on here.
Whip it.
Be done with it.
Whip it good.
Now, if I line this up with this, it's a lot easier for me to decide where I need to put my paint. Because, I don't need to go all the way up and down.
Yeah.
Especially with white, because that's kind of stupid. Oh.
Well, it seems inefficient.
Did you also notice my shirt today?
Yes. Hey, and Carla, lots of folks have purchased it. And then Carla's like, hey, you better get in there. I don't know if the $16 thing is still on at this moment in time. I don't know when it ended, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then I thought I wore mine because I have a pink one too, but I wore my Be Prepared to Modify Your Plan. Because I just love this pink and I did laundry. I've been doing laundry for like 2 days. It's never ending.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about laundry. It just doesn't really ever feel like it's fully, like there's about an hour. It's complete.
Well, especially with that child that
I know and I told her when her friend was over the other day, I was like, you do not get to change clothes while your friends are here. I don't know what that's about. It's weird. Stop doing that.
Yeah, that.
Fine.
No, and she had this is a new little. Well, it's not a new little friend, but it's the first time I've met her. She talks about her all the time.
Yeah,
but
we're expanding out.
So cute.
Yes.
And plus, she's quiet. Some of Izzy's friends, Izzy needs somebody that's a little chill.
Yeah,
because she's kind of wild and crazy, and yeah, she
you need a yin to the yang.
She does. Always, she just wears me out sometimes.
Yes. And it's funny when I wear this shirt out. Nobody's ever actually talked to me about it, but I can see when people are reading it. And you can tell that they almost want to, ask about it.
Oh, one of these days I'll be able to get paper down consistently without having 900 million.
I know, but the wrinkles, they're just something later.
Something for later.
They're like little leftovers.
Yeah.
Crackle leftovers.
Chewing gum on the bedpost.
All right, Gray, no worries.
Oh, did I just put that one down? No. Okay, check this out.
Ooh.
Now, this is PanPastel, but let me tell you what I did.
No, because remember, whoa.
No,
First.
the red is paint.
Correct. And that was done on Thursday.
You get to see it. And then you remember the one color that I used here was sparse, and it sort of crazed out on me. What I did is I went back through with the red PanPastel and colored in those areas. Then I went over the whole thing with PanPastel and just kind of did some little this and that and this and that. Then pulled the whole thing with the blue. So let's see what it do.
And there was a different paint for every line of the tiling.
Yes.
And the tiling, this is
and you can see where the PanPastel is. Mm-hmm. Or I went over it with the PanPastel because that's leaving residue on the plate.
And then the paint, those were fluids that were fluid acrylics that were the ones that are leaving back behind some stuff there.
Yeah. But isn't that cool looking? It's quite hefty.
I like it.
For tissue. Okay, now we've got this out here, and so what we're going to do is we're going to use a different color here. Mm-hmm. Pull this up. Something different. Something different. All right, let's do this. This is open.
Yeah, what's a good color combo? The red, yellow, blue. I mean, primary, but kind of like dirty primary.
I think so. I don't know if it's going to come off that way. With the PanPastels, I'm still, kind of hesitant about predicting their...
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I don't know. And if you don't know, you don't know.
Mm-hmm. Until you know.
Until you know.
And then you hope that you're not part of the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yes, that.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's worth looking up. There's a great video out there. There's one dude in particular that did the most fabulous video about Dunning-Kruger. There's some language involved.
So, yeah.
That's the best one.
If you have any problems with that sort of thing, don't watch that.
I highly recommend kids' YouTube if that's what you're trying to avoid. Well, there's some frustrating things about kids' YouTube because, they sort of just get served up whatever. The searching thing is meh.
Well, that's going to be interesting. Certainly has a very nice background. We'll just leave it at that. All right. Continuing on. What do we have here? Okay, now here's this. I'm in love with this stencil if you haven't already. But this was a leftover. You can see some of it. Hopefully you can see some of it.
Ooh. Oh, that. I like that. Ooh. And there was other stuff left over there.
Yeah.
I like that.
From before.
From before,
y'all. All right, let's see here. Let's try a little yellow oxide.
Yeah, I think the only time the iron busts out around here is...
It's usually art related.
Art related.
And iron clothes.
That's what Becky was saying, because...
I think we busted out to iron some t-shirts once so we could print them.
We did. That was art related.
Now, I think Van has used the iron a couple of times because he forgot to get his clothes out of the dryer.
He worries about things like that. We do not. I just spray it and hang it up and hope for the best. And figure that it's probably going to get wrinkled anyway.
Well, I'm going to have to do some serious something here.
You're getting great brayer-offs from your...
Yeah, that thing that's going on there.
That thing.
Whatever it is.
the situation. Oh, Emma's doodling in the shapes would be lovely. Yes. Like this is for the lazy neurographer.
If you don't want to do your own.
Yeah, if you want, then just have the shapes and.
All right, now I'm going to have to start getting a system here. I'm going to be pulling things that are not ready to pull.
Okay.
There's that. I'm going to go with the top shelf here and just move down.
Okay.
So that I can keep track of it. Now, this is done with that same stencil, and I just went in and I used, I think, black. I don't know,
Yes,
that dark blue.
Dance party stencil.
On a really gooey.
One of the older plates.
Yeah. Hey, it's gooey, but it still works.
Yeah.
So I'm not, you know, isn't that cool how it lifts up there?
Oh, 100% Liz. I agree with that.
Oh, I know what this was. This was also
Ooh.
a mixer where I mixed paint.
Okay.
So I just went in and hit it in places where, you see the blue? That was the color that was being mixed.
Yes.
And then I just hit it in places where it had more open.
That's great.
Spots.
Oh, bye, Yanka. We'll see you in the morning.
Oh, and here's the other rose. All right, I did a little bit different on this one because I had more room. Remember, the other one was just that strip.
Right, the smaller one. Plate. Mm-hmm.
So I did the lighter gold in the middle and then the heavier gold on both sides. Just kind of give it a little more oomph.
Exactly, Sophia. Exactly. Ooh, that one's really pretty. A lot more depthy business with that one.
I think I did a better job with my
pink.
Yeah, with the
yeah.
And also, I think I did a better job of hitting the outer edges of the and really emphasizing.
See, and that would be very tricky to do with paint.
It would be very tricky to do with paint. And then, of course, we still have this little leftover business here, and we'll address that later. Okay, this is again, and I think this is the third round on this one.
Hi, Angela. Welcome. They did look like silk painting. Yes.
Oh, the roses.
Yeah, like that one tablecloth that I have from Grandma Francis.
Yes.
It totally looks like that. I have a tablecloth that kind of has little flowers that have very similar look. Kind of Sith Lordy, but I like it. And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in chat, and then give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. There are some of y'all that haven't.
Yeah, we can count now.
Yeah, there's a number discrepancy.
Not have any discrepancies. Okay, Jackson's Studio Cadmium Yellow Hue with airbrush added.
Hey Shannon, happy Mother's Day.
Let's see if this.
Oh, that'll be kind of an interesting mix of things there.
So some more transparent yellow.
Oh, and it was asked about like where the Aura paints come from, and Jackson's is the place. So there's a link in chat. Mo put it there. There are always links down below too. Like I pretty much don't change much with the description unless there's something in particular that, you know, I need to update. But there are always the links to our Facebook group. There's links to the website, to the various affiliates and all of that. Like if you're looking for links, and then so what you'll do is like trying to think about on the phone, it's a little bit different than it is like when you're on your desktop, but there'll be an area where it says more, and it used to say description, but you click that and a bunch of stuff will open up for you. Oh, and Jackson's is having a sale at the present, Carrie says. All right.
Well, that's always good.
Rhonda apparently requires the thumbsy upsy reminder. Okay, good. Then I won't feel so bad. Sometimes I feel bad about but new people come in, you know. It's important.
Here's another one that I did neurographically. Now, this is not straight on.
Right, so the blue is paint.
I move it around.
Blue's
I
paint?
move the stencil around. The copper is PanPastel.
Pastel.
And what I did with the PanPastels, I came back in and then I added a little kind of smudgy business here. And it just, you know, it didn't come, it absolutely worked perfectly. I wanted it to look kind of, you know, anyway.
Meredith wants to know, do you add airbrush medium to all of your paints? No, she does not do it to all of them. The ones that you see in bottles and ones that have been like mixed or altered are most likely the ones that have the airbrush medium. Now, the Aura paints in a bottle, those have not. Those are just, they are what they are. As of right now.
But look at that. Isn't that just...
That's really pretty.
Spectacular. Yeah, I was very jazzed about that.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend Gerald, his favorite metallic is copper. Gerald, I have a couple things to send you, but Mariah says I need to get more together. And now I've lost the little square blue thing with the chrysanthemums.
Oh, it's over here.
You know where it is?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I've been sorting things.
Then you need to put that with that because that goes to Gerald.
Okay.
All right. So now I don't even know that this is going to be anything spectacular, but this is when you have no fear. You're going to try something completely new because you know it's like not a big deal anyway.
Nobody's going to yell at you.
Nobody's going to yell at you and go, oh, I can't believe you screwed that one up.
Actually, that's not true. If you were here in the studio with us.
Yeah, you might.
This one might.
Yeah. Mariah's a lot better at that than I am. All right, so did we go light or dark?
I think dark if you really want more impact with it.
I think so too. So let's just pick something over here. This is phthalo blue green shape. Boy, I could just barely read that. I have told y'all that my
yes,
I'm
scheduled.
I'm getting new eyeballs on the 27th.
No, she's not getting new eyeballs. She's just getting them lasered so that way they're, you know, she's maintenance.
They're gonna clean up some of the gunk that's on them.
Or maintenance.
It's just a maintenance thing. Yeah, exactly.
She needs the
I'm going in
wipers.
for my oil change.
Yes. She needed new wipers.
Oh no, I need them on the van.
Yes,
and I've decided why Van doesn't bother him because
he's taller.
He's taller.
Her and I are, you know,
have that space where it hits, and
it's like right there.
It is for me, and I'm just going. I can't believe that you can't see that.
Yeah.
He's like, well, it's not bothering me. Say, well, that knot on your head I'm about to give you is probably going to be bothering you a little bit.
No, Liz, thank you. I love that you sent it. It's just so I do love Christopher. Number one, he's so sweet and he's very talented. It's tricky because when he's streaming, I'm usually either getting ready for a stream or it's like it just timing wise, it gets really nutty around here. I don't think y'all like.
Okay, well, that's underwhelming.
We need to do a day in the life of thing.
But you can see a bit of a something there. Something.
Meredith would like to know how much airbrush medium do you add? Just a squirt.
yeah, I don't know. I don't really have like a, oops, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at it. And if it's kind of thick and kind of
Hey,
gloppy,
Dana.
but don't forget, you need your stainless steel balls.
Okay, Diane.
The thicker your paint,
Hi.
the more you need the balls.
Yes.
All right, now this one's kind of weird because you
That's okay.
see the green here? This is from a dirty brayer. But I think that this little piece of yellow green paper.
Yeah, exactly, Miriam. It's.
I mean,
tricky.
it's not anything to write home about, but isn't it lovely?
It is. We can stamp on that.
You can stamp on that, Mariah. Well, I'll
Yes.
just give you this whole wad, and you can go through and decide what you want. But this
Will
is
do.
another one of those,
Super stickies.
Dairy Queen Blizzard affairs.
Hey, they are closing down the Dairy Queens.
I was very sad to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of
I know.
poopy. That didn't do much.
Your lines are still.
My lines are still there.
They said nay, nay.
I don't know. Shall we give her another whirl? Or shall we just wipe it off and call it good?
Oh, he's a cartoonist. And in the style of graphic novel kind of. He did our PM thing.
And I've got this large lump of, I don't know what the heck it is out there. I don't know where it came from.
Here, show that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tell him we sent you.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm getting ready to clean this because I don't think I'm going to get any more from it. But we're not going to, you know how to do that.
And you'll see some of the folks that are here over there.
Over there. Oh, look. Here is the ghost print from the first one.
Oh, is it still open, Shannon? And hi, Jerry. I don't know if I said hi, but hello.
All right. You can see it's pretty much done.
Yeah. The only thing getting that up is wiping or
Baby
taping.
oil and,
Now, does the tape pull it up?
I don't know.
See
That's
that?
a good question.
Because I think it was mentioned. Well, I wish you'd line that up better. I mean, you might be able to use that on something like,
No.
Oh. Not with that particular packing tape. That's not to say that, other packing tape might, but this is,
This ain't it.
that ain't it. It's a oil it and wipe it.
Oily and wipey. Okay, so this
Ooh,
has
yeah.
some of the paisleys on it. Can you
Yeah.
see them?
Left over from a while back. I don't know if
And
that's
let's see if those are going to come up. Another one of those Dairy Queen Blizzard plates. But at least it's stuck to the...
Yeah, some of it came up for sure. Oh, that's pretty. It's very subtle.
And this will be another washer upper.
Oh, I don't know about Fernando's.
What is that?
Lizzie Jean was asking about Fernando's. And then, Becky, what do you mean, neat? Neat house. Is that your house? I don't know. Whose house?
Well, we just keep getting a little bit more.
Okay,
I think we're pretty done with this one too. So, but you can see there's some remnants
nice. That's so good to hear, Liz. Hi, Lygia. No worries. In the drawing, that is not our house. That's a made-up place. She was asking in the drawing that Christopher did for us. Because I was like, oh, which house? Oh, no. But I would like that kind of house. As long as the plumbing was, you know, current. Because usually in houses like that, the plumbing's not great.
Okay, I think we pulled everything. Now let's just talk about this one for 1 minute, because I promised that I would. If you're a little more careful about how you apply your... I kind of just took a big fat sponge and went...
Yeah.
Yeah, in my typical
P fashion.
P fashion. Yeah. Didn't even make it around there. I don't know. Sometimes it's really hard to see. And then I went behind them with red. You can see right there.
I have so many thoughts on that.
Kind of, you know, oomph it up a little bit. And I'm really, you know, I'm not jazzed about the choice that I made here.
I think it's interesting.
Yeah, and you can see there's a bit of leftover stuff on the plate from somewhere else.
All right, Lizzie Jean wants to get your, you know, how would you rate the PanPastels on the plate at this moment in time? She's very, I think. Yeah.
Like, you know, 98%. I really would. I like the... I'm not into that business of, you know, shading that stuff in on paper.
Yeah.
You know, not to say that I won't.
I was gonna say, would you start, leaving yourself open?
Maybe just the thing I need. So I've got that kind of in the back of my mind as an option for future projects, but nothing's come along that's presented itself. This is the whole thing about...
No, I think it requires, like, you got to get in there and, like, wipe it up. Emma was asking that, would it work if you put the oil on the plate, then put it like a baby wipe down and then pull it? No, like, you're going to have to, it needs to be, like, wiped off.
Yeah, get it off there.
It needs agitation.
Yeah, and there isn't going to be enough there to mess with in most cases. Now, I did get, you know, that second ghost print sometimes, and this one, this is the second.
They have some, like, in old downtown Wiley that are like that. And then they're turning them into businesses. Those houses that kind of...
on Main Street. Sort
Victorian-ish. Yeah. And then there's some craftsman-style ones. From...
Yeah, I that makes me happy. I don't... I think tearing houses down is silly. Unless they're, you know, dilapidated. And
yes, the third ingredient to cleaning is friction.
Ah, yeah. Rubby dub dub.
Rubby.
Rubby dub dub. All right, Mariah, I'm just going to hand you these because I don't really have any special plans for any of them.
Well, oh, hey, we are close. Now, we're not going to do any big old giveaway or anything like that for 11,000, but we're like a couple away. Which is pretty exciting.
Pretty excited.
Keep putting out the shorts, I think, will be winner chicken dinner. Because, yeah, the next time we do really big giveaway, what we'll start doing is just collecting these up, and we usually put those in those big giveaways. It'll be when we hit 15,000, which will be a little ways away, unless something major happens. Who knows? Like, subscribe, and do all that YouTube business that y'all do. That helps us get there faster. It really do.
It really do.
If you're in other groups on Facebook, say, hey, you might like this, that kind of thing. You know.
Yeah. Shucky darn.
Or just post it to your personal page. Hey, I like these ladies. You might like them too.
Okay, I've got to do a little missionary work here.
Yeah.
Well, my kneaded eraser that I stick my pen in when I'm gluing. All right, why aren't you skipping over?
Carlos says, what if you brayered out a Baron the baby wipe? Maybe.
What?
So if you lay out the baby wipe and then like Baron over it. Like flat and then...
Oh, it's not going to work.
Yeah, just get your finger in there and get her done.
No.
Oh, thanks, Carrie.
I'm just saying nay. I don't know.
Maybe.
Hey, worth a try.
Worth a try.
All right, let's get back to this jobber.
Okay.
Because I do have
Every time you say that, then I just think of Mo just chuckling.
What?
Jobber.
Jobber?
Mhm.
Good jobbers?
Yeah. I know she's over there chuckling.
That is a quote from one of my kids at school sometime. They said that. Is it a good jobber, miss? You betcha.
You betcha.
Shucky darns. Okay. Oh, children. I love children. And not like goats. I really do love children. They're funny. And it's kind of like I like dogs and children a lot better than most people.
Adult people.
Adults. Yeah. Okay, let's find a reasonably clean plate here. Well, this is the one we cleaned up earlier. I don't think we need to worry about the stuff on the edge here. It hasn't built up to the point that, you know, we're like,
Oh, yes, definitely. I think you should give it a try, Carla. 100%.
What?
She says she's thinking that she's going to save the wipe to dry and then see what it looks like. Could be something. I don't know.
Hey, you know, it's kind of like a lotto tickets. 100% you're not going to win if you don't have a ticket.
Facts, y'all.
Now, I got to think a minute about this. I need to shut up and stop talking. Because I swear to God, you know, you would think at this point in my gel plating career
You'd have this down.
that I'd have this down, but I don't. So what I want here is I want to create and be able to
Flop off
onto this, and I just don't know how accurate of a flopper I am.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So what I'm thinking here is that we're going to do two things with one fell swoop. I'm going to flop this off.
Okay.
But I'm also going to save this underneath to put the other stencil back on top of this one to go over it then with another color. Jawohl.
Jawohl.
Okay, that's some of my German heritage because my maiden name was Klein, but Mariah has other German in them. Yeah, that.
Legit.
Okay, so what are we going to do color-wise here? Because I'm really liking my green. And I'm just thinking another green, and I'm thinking this. And I do have it in...
I knew she's going for it. I called that.
In, this is green gold.
She can have it in all the things.
They call it golden green lake.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's sort of that stuff that, you know, collects on the fuzzy matter on the underneath side of the dartboard.
Carla says that one of her favorite piece stories about the kids is the kid who said that Jesus left his lunchbox on the playground.
Oh, that little girl. Oh, my God. I wonder what. She was a delightful child. Oh, his last name was Burleson. Can't remember.
Burleson?
Mm-hmm. There was a boy and a girl, but she was absolutely, and I think she became a teacher. But she was delightful. But when she came in, and I just cracked up. and she just looked at me so funny. Like, you know, we got like Jesus' lunchbox and said right there, Jesus on the lunchbox.
Did you look inside to see what Jesus ate?
I did not. I just directed her in the right direction.
There's Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus is that way.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it is good stuff.
Yeah. P&M are the best IK, if you know, color. I think, maybe. Love the colors, how colors are used, and then how to have the coolest stencil with the incredible variety of design, color design, magnificent. P&M are the best. Okay, I need more info on that, Liz.
All right, you know, I'm really having I'm just gonna have to suck it up and do something with this large bumpy stuff on here, but not right at this
Mm-hmm.
point in time. But oh my goodness, is this turning into a wonderful brayer?
Thank you, Lord. I wasn't gonna say that one out loud.
Okay,
Yeah.
I used lots of extra paint here because remember, I want this to be juicy.
Juicy.
Juicy. Oh, of course.
Oh, Best in Color Award. Okay.
Well, why is this not lining up?
Well, I think that you probably
I think I
needed to do
used
the
the
other
wrong
side.
side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't paying attention to that because I was thinking about
But I like this.
Rachel. Thinking about Rachel bringing in Jesus' lunchbox.
I like this. I think it being offset is actually more interesting.
Yeah, but that's not
I know
what-
you really wanted to line it up. You wanted
I
to prove to the
really-
folks
I really-
this wasn't the time that you were going to prove a thing.
That's okay. I'm just being silly.
Yeah.
I like it too. All right, so I'm putting that over here.
That's when your
I'm
marbles done fall off the run.
Putting this up here to allow it to dry, hopefully without that horrible squeaking sound.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to bring this one back over here because I think we can do some things here that are going to be kind of interesting if I can just...
Oh, hey, good deal, Shannon. Thank you. I'm always surprised at how bright, like more yellowy this paint is. Because when you see it in the bottle, you're like, oh, well, that's like, kind of mossy green. But when it's really thinned out, it's very yellowy.
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 And see, we're not getting a lot of... because these are big, fat circles.
Mm-hmm.
They're meant to be masks
Hefty.
rather than...
They're hefty circles.
Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. I mean, at least it's something. All right. Yeah. It isn't exceptionally interesting, but, it's another layer.
That's right.
It's another layer.
Paula said this stencil was inspired by our dear Arty friend, Joni Miron, and her recent canvas. Oh, it was so great. Yeah, if you all want to see that, she posted that in Makers. One reminds me of a pinball machine and the other of a big old jar of marbles belonging to her husband. See, it's crazy the little things that like prompt you and inspire. Hey, Dana.
And, I'm with you, Mariah. Now that, I've screwed this up and put it down the wrong place.
I think it's more interesting.
And yada, yada, boo-boo.
Yeah.
But what I am going to do is grab the other one, if I can find it. Or maybe I'll just use something else. Gosh, it's not like I have to spend days trying to find a stencil. Oh.
Yeah, hey, I also have a bunch that don't have paint on them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Let us see them.
Okay, you've kind of shown. I'm gonna try to pick ones that haven't, you haven't done any which one of them. Camera down to that.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little pointing while you're mussing about over there.
Okay, I got Keyholes by Brad.
I'm not feeling that.
Okay. I got the different X's from Brad. These are the little ones. And then I think, did you take the big? Okay, no, you didn't. See, these are probably a little bit more your speed. But I think you took the little one.
I did.
So yeah, you already did that. We've got Egyptian. Might be kind of fun.
Yeah, that might be.
With the PanPastels. And then we've got the, oh, here, look, there's Kitty.
I want the kitty. I thought about that the other night.
Were you thinking about that kitty?
Thinking about that kitty. All right, now what I'm doing out here in the middle is I'm trying to get some, a little more variety than just that, you know, green on green.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ricky Nordmeyer, she wore her oddly non-specific shirt today to her art club, and people asked what that phrase meant.
What did you tell them?
Yeah, what'd you tell them? They got the unfurling art daily part.
Now look at that.
Did you tell them? Did you tell them that they got to come to a PM Artist Studio live stream to really understand what oddly non-specific means? Because it really is like a way of life.
Oh, that is what Mariah said to me when I came down. I wished I could remember what I said that prompted that comment.
I know, it was during a stream, and then I was like, that is hilarious. And really does embody a lot of, like, yeah, that's oddly non-specific.
Alrighty, but now I think
Hey, Lexi.
You can begin to see here what happens when you put the more open stencil down as opposed to the one with the bigger hoop-de-doo things.
Yeah.
And I think that this is just quite nice. Yeah. Okay. Those will be great. I really did deplenish my supply of. I love this cat. I love this cat so much. Now, I really did not anticipate doing this today, the cat, but when the cat came up.
Yeah.
Okay, the tail goes to the right. Oh, and this is a super sticky plate. So, you know, Dairy Queen Blizzard plate. All right, let's see. Do I want a gold cat on a black background?
That exactly, Carla says. It's just a more colorful way than saying random. It's oddly non-specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I do not remember the specific comment that generated that response.
Yes.
Anywho. All right. I have determined I am going to go with the, let's see. I think this.
Hi, Sophia.
This
Thanks
gold right here, or do I want this gold? Because I want to kind of, you know, that whole Egyptian thing that Mariah showed me a while ago. The cat goes with that, right?
Well, so what's so funny is we'd have the request for Egyptian. Lexi, I think that was Lexi that, is that right? If I'm remembering correctly. This is like a month ago, you know. So there was a request for the Egyptian, so both Estella and Miriam, the 4 designs, including the cat. So there's a cat, an Ankh, Eye of Ra, and cat, Eye of Ra. Sorry, I was just looking at them, and here my brain is like, what were those? Oh, and the bird, the, what is that? That's the, I don't know if it's an eagle or if it's a hawk.
Actually,
but I can't remember what
it's a vulture.
Is it?
It's part of the whole.
Yeah, I don't remember the symbolism of the bird necessarily.
It's you know, the preoccupation that the
Lizette. Oh, it was Lizette. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm giving this 2 different colors of gold.
Oh,
So,
sorry, Jeanette.
You see that one? I've got to keep flopping things back and forth here. You know.
Yeah, we understand.
Okay, good.
Phoenix. Is it a phoenix?
A phoenix.
Okay. Good job, Liz Jean.
All right.
Oh,
now,
Osiris.
Osiris, yeah. Here's the thing. When you use these two different colors, and you just go ahead and go over the other color, this is kind of a batik thing.
No, she didn't care which side the tail was on. She was trying to feel to see which way it should go down, so that way it cups to the plate the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe in giving it a good, coating of the stuff. I don't think you should be saving on your.
Yeah, don't go lightly, y'all.
Don't go lightly. Give her your full go ahead.
Best to pull paws from ear to ear. You know.
And kind of carefully, because there's some kind of,
Yeah, I spread those out and thickened them up.
All right.
So
yeah.
that way, just knowing how sticky it is to the plate sometimes. So hopefully it holds up pretty decently here. Ooh, and then it has Eddie's those are the distressed crosses in the background there.
Yeah, that was totally unintended. They're not even. I doubt that they
probably won't pull up,
but
maybe a little. You never know.
A little bit. Now I have the other option of going with, and this is what I love about paint. If this were paint, I'd have to wait for that to dry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course I could do it with paint, no problem. You know that I'm a pointer from way back. So the thing about it is, you can go immediately in with a color. Now I'm really thinking what I'm leaning towards here, because one of the Egyptian things was blue.
Lapis.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And I think what I will try to do here is really kind of mix up some blue with my this
is Liquid Tech soft body paint. She has actually added the airbrush medium to. Did you add it to that one?
Yes. I've added it to all of them.
Because they were very fast drying paints.
Yes, they were.
Hi, Rose.
All
Welcome.
Right. So what I'm thinking here is these two together are going to give me that kind of, because I have lapis on today. This is from Afghanistan. Did you notice my cloisonne?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my hand-carved little bone people. They're so cool.
The bone wasn't from people.
Yes, and every one of them has a different
to
expression on their face. Mm-hmm. They're so cool. I love them. This particular bracelet was made by a high school art teacher.
Bobby Weed?
No, and Holly.
Oh.
This is when your dad was teaching math at the high school. Holly is my
it's
hometown.
Different.
Right. Okay. Now, to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop dribbles.
Yeah.
I don't want to get them too, like lined up or anything. As I say, as those three line up. Oops.
Like a little thought bubble. She just enjoys putting out the dots. Nope. Sticky plate. You need to get that. Yeah. There you go. Oh, there's that. Oh, that's a great idea. Carla says she was thinking about using colored cardstock behind the plate like P does with the black to audition pull colors.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ooh, if you're real... Okay, so I was kind of had this idea, and this thought was sort of prompted by Carrie's video on how he did the long haul. But, like, so if you swatched out your paints in, like, a little flippy board kind of situation and did it in blocks of color, so that way you had a bigger paint swatch type situation. But then that way you could hold it behind there and see. Might be a cool thing, especially, like, if you're starting out. Now, it might be one of those things where it's like, if you're kind of already in it, that would just be, like, a whole project.
I'm just trying to iron out the wrinkles as much as possible. I don't care that they're there, but I don't want them to be super. Okay, well, we'll have to see. I'm not as taken with that as I
thought you were
thought it would be. But I might like it better when it's, you know, done and dry and where they...
I think you should have used more of, like, the Prussian, the golden Prussian. You gonna do another one?
Yeah, okay, we got some other stuff going on here. I don't know. Maybe should I clean that?
I don't think much of it's gonna come up anyway.
I don't think it is either. Okay, here we go.
Well, hi, you know, see, this is why if we have these conversations, we can just be like, oh, well, you know, if you were thinking about it that way, this might be an even better thing, because then you're going to be like, really, and I think that would be a great way to start to understand your paints better as well. Knowing, like, how thin, because you could even do swatch tests where, you know, it's heavy at the top and then it fades down. So that way you kind of know, all right, well, should I put this on heavy or should I put it on a little lighter? It's just like what you saw with what was going on with that last cat situation. I think you're doing a little dangerous thing pulling ears to tail. I think you should pull paws to ears.
Yeah, but I have these out here that are, see that one point right there?
Makes you nervous?
Very nervous.
Okay.
Because I'm not a very nice puller.
Yeah.
I just yank them up and get on with it.
Carrie thinks that the blue color should be more of a metallic. Here's my reasoning for not doing that. Metallic, then it gets really blingy. And I think that sometimes in order to showcase, especially when you have a larger subject like the cat is on the plate, you're going to get more impact by using not metallic. What am I trying to say?
I really
more
don't know.
matte or...
This is... Yeah. I can't read it.
Well, I don't know why you used that one. Why do you keep using... Did you use that one before, or is this
No.
the third color of blue?
It's a different one.
Now, if you want a more subtle, sorry, that just made me laugh. Kind of situation, I think then, yeah, the metallic would be a good way to go. Where you just want it to, like, be, if you see it in the right light.
Yeah, it totally depends on what your needs and qualifications for a particular. I just wanted to bring in this turquoise color because I think it's very Egyptian. It's there. That's lovely.
Yeah, that's more better. And I think if it does pull up some of that stuff off of there, I like that idea, or I like the look of that. That's
yeah,
gonna be
because
cool.
you can see some old crackle marks there. You can tell because they don't take the pan pastel.
So which blue was that one? Well, show them the 3 different ones.
Oh, I don't. Okay,
So that
this was the
last
first one I used.
Oh, that was?
That was the first one.
Plus,
I can't read any of them.
Well, if you hold them up into the thing, I can read them for you. So that's the Prussian blue hue. So you use that one and hold up the other one.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. So that was the last.
This is the one I just used.
Which that's interesting. So that one is the green shade, blue green shade, phthalo.
Yeah. And this one is the
Indanthrene.
Indanthrene, and this is the Prussian.
Are you sure you didn't? You used Prussian last? No, because that other one. Oh, that is interesting.
Just use this one. Okay, so just gonna do a little round kitty.
Hey, Mimi.
Our little round kitty here.
Gerald, so thank you for asking. There's a couple of different ways. So Nightbot, prompted by Mo. See, that's when you put in the merch thing, hashtag merch, then that'll come up. And then you can click that link. It should take you over to the Pam Artist Studio merch shop on TeePublic. Oh, I love that. Just the little kitty head in the circle. Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna go with this really dark.
You should also be able to, because I have it linked to our YouTube main channel. So if you go to the main channel, or even below here, I don't know if it does it during the live stream, but if you watch things in replay, there should be a little banner underneath the videos that shows some of the product. And then I think if you click it, then it'll take you over to TeePublic. I would say, like, their website is a little bit frustrating. Like, if you were looking for, like, if you want to stay just on that particular shop, like our PM Artist Studio one, that is a little frustrating. I have thought about, like, maybe adding a page to our website. But it's like, once you get over there, you're going to be shopping on their site anyway. But if you were looking for one specific thing, that might be kind of nice.
And the reason is, it's real. I'm telling you, it's hard to brayer on these little ones.
Kind of smushed it out.
It did, and I think you're better off with your heavy body.
Oh, Jenny, so these are so Gel Press has 1 or 2 different sets of the smaller shapes. And that's where you get that little tiny yellow or tiny round. And then see, there's a square, there's a triangle. And then she has a weird one because she lopped her triangle off.
Yeah, this is the one I did my flower on the other day.
That's a totally different thing. That little thing.
Totally different thing.
That's from the cutting of a big plate.
Head there.
Just gonna get it right. Yes, and then P, and like we gave one away because we had one in a giveaway, and then P wanted one. You have a big round one still, right? And she's used it like once.
I think
she just wanted it to have it, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just judgment in that because she threw a fit about it. Not a fit, but She commented heavily. I don't want to, you know, embellish it, but
yeah, don't do that, Mariah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avoid that at all costs. I'm by golly gonna get this deadgum cat right.
Yeah. You're kitty.
I knew as soon as I saw that cat, I liked that cat.
Yeah.
Our little Bentley. We're taking him to the vet tomorrow.
Are you? He's kind of losing weight, and he's
losing. I'm worried that maybe he needs worming.
Oh, well, he
You know,
just
he's
go
been
out
throwing up,
and he goes outside,
and he goes outside and farts around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now this is open, but we don't really give a rip about that. If we wanted it to come up right away, we probably wouldn't do that. But also, heavy body, open. Not that doesn't really matter for the application purposes. But the reason I'm going with the heavy body is because I think I'm going to get a more even. I really, you know, sometimes I don't care. Oh my gosh, that's so much paint. But I think what I'll do is just go ahead and have that ready.
Can you bring the gold PanPastel into view so people understand that the gold is the PanPastel? There you go. There you go.
And that it's very lovely, clean applicator. I just rotate my sides around.
I don't know if she's gonna keep it in view, Mo. Oh, and she's using Golden Prussian because she knew it was the right thing to do.
Well, it's the only thing I hadn't open.
Mm-hmm. Paula says, gold leaf that kitty. She's on it. I'm going to put it through the stencil. I'm excited for that.
Well, my problem is my dadgum brayer.
Your brayer's all gooked up.
Now, this is really heavy duty here.
Mm-hmm.
But look at that. Yeah, I'm most happy about that.
It's a little... I mean, you could have cut that piece of paper in half.
Takes time away from real work, Mariah.
You got 23 minutes to continue your real work.
All right, now, you know, these little pieces of acetate, that's not acetate, acrylic.
But we like to say acetate.
Acetate your, yeah, thoughts. That's my beta.
Yes, I knew it would be.
And I'm anticipating that this one's even going to be more better. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Joni. I don't know.
Look at them kittens. Alrighty. I think that's pretty, and you can see, this is allowing a lot of paint to remain on the surface, right? This one is brayering off the surface.
Yeah.
And it never fails when I use this paint that I don't have it all over my arm. And if I don't remember to scrub that particular part of my body, I get out with that paint still on me. I don't know. I really need a button that says...
You need to order, it.
Yes. Yeah, I do. And I was going to make out my paint list the other day, and I got...
She has a shirt that says, it's okay, I'm an artist. She needs the button so she can just have it on her all the time when she's out in public. No matter what she's wearing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah. I need a sticky patch to put on my leg, because that's where most of the paint ends up. I mean, I look down and I think, you know, getting dressed in the closet in there, and I'm not really paying a lot of attention. And I'm looking at... oh, this is interesting. Look at this.
Oh, hi, Kimberly.
Little tiny fine cracks there.
Oh, yeah.
That's from excessive use of paint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where it was... Oh, yeah. That I'm trying to find some pants that have the least amount of paint on them. Because I'm really getting better at that. You know. Just wiping it off on my pants right away. I'm going to have to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I have some pants that need retiring. Yeah. Just, you know, all together. Alrighty, now what? Oh, I want the stencil with all the other Egyptian stuff on it.
So it is Egyptian-esque. Do you want the full, or do you want the 8x10? Like, you want 9x12 or 8x10? They're a little different. See,
I want the smaller one.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm not leaving.
I'm going to mention that to her. Okay, so Lizzie Jean says put diatomaceous earth on the kitty's food and it will deworm them a lot cheaper.
Oh, and not so toxic, because I worry about that stuff. All right, I just cut this stencil into a strip. I don't.
Okay.
You know?
That's yours to do with. Once you purchase it, you can cut yours up.
Yeah. And I love this little top border thing, too.
Well, and if you get the 9x12, you'll have 2 of those. Because, see, that's why I extended it out for Estella. Because I was like, oh, hey, she gave me the 8x10 design. And I'm like, well, I think we should do 9x12. So what I did is I just kind of dropped down and did the, see, here, just show that so people know what the heck I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you got one at the top and the bottom.
Right.
Okay, you all see that? Okay. I'll just let you keep that one.
Hi, Liz. And welcome to those of you that come in. Thumbs upsy.
Because of the PanPastel business here, we can actually, you know, decide what we're going to put on the thing.
Hey, Jackie.
And what I want is where I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, so I'll just bring it down to the bottom.
Yeah, there have been lots of people that, well, I mean, you know, there's a fair amount of folks that were pretty excited about the Egyptian stuff. I figured there would be, because it's kind of one of those things. We're all a little...
Is Meredith still here?
Meredith's still here. She was here earlier.
Yeah. Okay, so her mother, Sharon, took my batik class that I taught at the community college in the summer. And one of the things she did, and I told her that this was not going to work out, but she did a whole, like a you know, that you put around a border with Egyptian style motifs.
I kind of remember that for whatever reason. I just kind of had a flash of that. She
wouldn't wash. She wanted it to stay the same. And I said, Sharon, that is not going to work. In the long run, it's going to fall apart and it will rot. And she said she didn't care. I said, well, and I don't care either. Just, you know.
Letting you know.
Just letting you know. This is what I anticipate. Might not happen. Don't know. This is what, you know, when you work with creatives, and then another, Stephen. Did you remember him? Oh my gosh, he
kind of chubby dude.
No, he was a hermit.
But big and fluffy and hairy and
he wasn't. He was fluffy hair wise, but he was about this big around as far as he wasn't fat. But he took the class, and his interpretation was so, you know, as instructors, it's really important that you understand the way you're teaching may not necessarily be the way that your students are going to, they may not follow your example. And this is what's so great about it, because as a teacher, you then realize, hey, look, I can do, you know, because my instructor was very, it's a nice way of putting this. She was kind of a bully.
Oh, she was mean as hell. Like to all people and children. Because I was a child and she was not nice.
She was a slightly frustrated spinster art teacher, but she knew a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
If you could struggle and get through her,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she used to. I used to think of ways of, doing her in as I was going home from school after one of the encounters that we had had, and yeah. But anyhow, where was this going?
I don't know, but your paint, that paint, I don't know what. Stop! No, that's not. Just be done. Yeah. That paint is done, lady.
It is, and what we're going to do is we're just going to allow that to dry because I think this might be kind of an interesting.
It fits the theme a bit, with it's
ancient,
chipping off the wall.
Ancient Egyptian. It's very sticky paint. Probably what I need to do. And who was it that asked how much? What do you add?
I think that was Meredith, actually.
Meredith?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good because we're talking about this Egyptian stuff.
I think I don't know if she's still here.
Are you still here, Meredith? All right, so I've got gobby paint in here. And
hey, Agni. Oh, rusticated. 100% rusticated.
Yeah. And did you notice how I kept my cool and didn't lose it?
Yeah, almost. She had a moment, and then she was like, "Okay, I'm on camera and probably shouldn't just have a full on."
Might be children watching.
That's true. And then Nancy wanted to know, Handy Scandy wanted to know how we do Halloween. If she hurries up with this paint, I'm gonna let's spend the last 15 minutes looking at things. Y'all want to look at things, Halloween things?
Okay, so here's the dealio, Meredith. If you're still watching,
or if you come back and watch.
I there so many times that I wish your mother was still with us because I would just love for her. Wouldn't she be fun as a guest?
I don't know about that. Y'all stressed me out. Even as a kid, I can remember being totally overwhelmed by them together. It was a lot.
It was bad cop, bad cop.
I definitely don't think those two would ever need. Again, that would be pay-per-view. 100% pay-per-view.
Oh my God!
There would not be containment.
There was this there was this junk store on the highway in Bovina, Texas.
It's probably still there.
Okay, so they had erected this little display thing, and I mean, it really was truly a junk store because she had old stuff there, but she also just had crap
mixed in. Mm-hmm.
Mixed in. So it was kind of a widescreen kind of thing, kind of like out on the patio that Brad, put. Okay. And then they had attached all these these little drink holder things that you would put, your cup into.
A koozie.
Oh my gosh, we laughed about that until we just, like I said, just peed our pants. Laughed so hard. But I think Steve was with us on that because sometimes he'd go with us. He was totally entertained by both of us, I think. And then there was another person that was taking the class, and there's some people that you just immediately know that ain't your people.
Your people. Yes.
She was one of them. But she did have an absolutely lovely house. It was very, very nicely decorated. And Sharon and I both did not have that kind of a house.
No. 100%.
I mean, we had a lot of interesting stuff and what not. And Steve had been to all of our houses, obviously, at some point in time. And he said that of all of us, that this particular person had the nicest house. We both just pounced on him and just, said, if you don't stop saying stuff like that, we're not going to be your friends anymore. No pressure. But he's the person that I learned how to spray paint from. Using stencils.
Yeah.
I haven't done any spray painting, and I noticed the benches.
Yeah, they need
an update.
And we could do that as I could record that out like a video that we could upload.
All right, can you see the consistency of this paint? What's happening here? As I add those, Now, let me go ahead and I think this color of green is absolutely wonderful, and I don't really, it would take me a little while to duplicate it.
Where's the scrolls box?
Where's what?
The scrolls. The rolls on the, you know, the spooky scrolls.
All right, well, this is going to be kind of a bummer because it's going to only get the, pardon me, the bottom part of the unk and the
And what's back behind? Oh,
flares.
Good gosh.
But I think I can just do, I'll just do the eyes and then I'll come in and do the others and move the stencil about.
I don't know where the scrolls on a roll are, but
Oh gosh, that's what you're looking for.
yeah,
Oh
the
yes,
box.
I love them.
Yeah, they're. I don't know where the box is. It's got to be like buried. Is that what's the deal? But this is, you know, our. I don't know if people get sick of seeing this or not, but this is what you need to show after you're done with that.
What?
Just the Halloween book.
Oh, the Halloween book.
Sometimes she's here, and sometimes she's not. We got 9 minutes. That's why I'm saying.
Where did I put down my?
And I gotta find the scrolls on a roll.
Scrolls on the roll is really great. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with this a little smaller there. I hope that's.
Oh, hey, Cheryl.
Sort of in the middle there. Now let's see if this.
Oh yeah, we got some really good Halloween stuff from Stencils to
Oh
Stamps.
my gosh, I've got another. Oh, I just thought, Mariah, I just found it the other day. All right, let me get this down, and then we're gonna.
All right, we may be running over a little bit today. That's fine. Happy
All right, it's still a little bit, you know, stringy,
but it's better.
but it's yeah.
Notice as it isn't like, you know, crusting up and just rolling off onto the brayer. Oh, and speaking of rolls, Darcy's doing like some big old, like huge masterboard roll. Like, I mean, almost like you could wallpaper a room with it.
Why?
Because she can. And she's doing it, and it looks pretty cool.
Okay. This doesn't sound like something that I could have an extended amount of interest
Oh, well, no, the problem with you would be you don't have the amount of space to deal with such a thing.
That, too.
Mm-hmm. She said she wasn't, I don't think she was full on sure what she was going to do with it, but she was having a good time doing it. Sometimes it's just about the thing that you're doing.
Like the way I batch.
Exactly.
Sometimes I get to the point where I'm going, okay, I think I'm kind of done with this. Or are you taking my cat away?
Why? Because you put it there. I don't.
Okay, remember this is another little
Oh, you did find
project,
some other.
you know, like.
You did postcards at one point.
What's his name over there?
I don't know.
Gold dude.
Oh, Archie.
Archie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, do we still have these little jobbers?
You know what? We don't ever take anything out of the shop. It's pretty much always available. I think there have been 2 designs that one got redesigned, and then maybe one thing that we've taken fully out of the shop.
And I don't know how the credit cards ended up in there.
I don't know. You probably
And that
shouldn't.
cute little thing. Oh, that's Izzy and I were doing those. Isn't that cute?
Mhm.
I don't need those right now. But anyhow, okay, so the skull is one of them.
I saw the post in Makers.
Horny man.
Yeah, that's the witchy woman there. And then, yes, that's Pedro.
And there's a green witch.
Mm-hmm.
Just, witches need to be green. Crow, and check that stuff out there.
We usually do something, and then it usually will, like, correspond with, like, the collage prompts that Eddie puts out, or, something like that.
Now, this is a pick-off. This is the black version of Light and Fluffy. It's not really light and fluffy. But I am so proud of that.
Yes.
Look at that.
That was pretty fabulous.
Never did get these quite to the point where there's a cat.
And Christy Hartman.
I don't know. I never was very satisfied with the cat.
Well,
here's the bat and the pumpkin.
Yeah, the problem is that you chose kind of the wrong. Well, I think I stamped it, but it needed more oomping.
Look at that. That's some pencil stuff and a filigree bat. Look at that.
Oh, Diane says, "What is kitsch?"
That means it's like kind of in bad taste.
Yeah, but like sometimes in a good way.
Yeah,
it's kind of that stuff like where it's so tacky, it's lovely.
Really, it's so bad it's good.
Yeah,
I think that one, especially the background on that one. Look at that, isn't that fabulous? Scarecrow. Hey, I worked a long time on these.
Yeah.
I think
that's the zombie dude.
Zombie dude.
Reaper. Or you say the Weeper?
The Reaper.
The Weeper.
Here's Frank. Here's Bat. I'm leaving them like this because the backs of these I think are really quite nice. There's a kitty. That's not nearly as cute as that other kitty.
Well, it was the first kitty. That was our kitty.
I was really onto the Green Reaper there.
Yeah.
A pink witch's hat to go with the green.
Hey, and that's when we were kind of playing around with bubbling it with the heat.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. That background.
Oh,
that's some stuff. I love this one. Very Freddy Cougar. And here's the little haunted house. Doesn't need a little more. Oh, check the bats in the moon. I mean, now come on now, folks.
Oh.
That's some good stuff.
Oh, okay. Here we got a legit definition. Kitsch art. Objects or design considered to be in poor taste because of excessive garishness or sentimentality, but sometimes appreciated in an ironic or knowing way.
It's one of those things that you need to go the whole hog or stay at home. You can't just have one or two of them. You have to have like a whole wall full of crap.
A collection.
A collection.
It needs to be a full-on collection. A lot of it. And excessive. And it's all shiny or it's just, like.
Hey, look at that percolating pot there.
Percolating pot.
And there's a cute little.
Yes.
And with that army camouflage background there. And there's a crow. Look at that. Oh, this is done on the, what you call that?
Scrapbook paper that you then gel printed and, yeah.
And this is some of that shiny stuff.
Well, that was a mixture. Again, we were kind of mixing both that particular one I think was either impasto or some kind of, medium, gel medium. And then we put some of the heat embossing with it. Yeah. Because remember, they kind of bubble up and do fun, weird stuff. Yeah.
Really cool stuff. There's some others in here. Maybe we'll. But look at these bats and I'm just the bats and moons.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at those.
Now those you
yeah, these are pickoffs.
Yes. So what she does is and I think those are the black texture paste. Black texture paste onto the Carnival wet string tissue. Once they dry, and you can spray it with water, and then you can pick them off and glue them on in the way that you want them.
This is some of that embossing stuff.
Yeah, and I did an ombre with it. You weren't sure about that until I did it. I wasn't
sure about it, and I was like, if you screw that up, I'm going to be really PO'd majorly. There's another witch, version of the witch. Here's a version of the bat with the background of the
Yes.
whatever kind of
Oxford Dictionary really just it rounded out the whole.
Now I drew in a background on this, and it reminds me of New Mexico because they have the coolest churches. I'm not particularly inclined to attend church, but I do love them. I love to go to old ones and look at them.
Mm-hmm.
Ones in Mexico are really cool because they have all those milagros nailed to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's some heavy duty.
Yeah, that was thick. Thick pumpkin and.
Oh yeah, look at that. There's a better one of that little
house. Mm-hmm.
Haunted house.
Oh, like Barbie heads as drawer knobs. Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's another one of the bats.
There's a rat.
El raton.
On the web.
And I think he was embossed. And he puffed up.
Yeah, he puffed up a lot.
Sucked back down. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Ghosty.
Oh, that eye is in the shop. So I see you, and actually you can get both eyes. It's not only, and not only can you get it in, I think, 3 different sizes of stencil, but we also have it in stamps.
Oh,
it's
now
called
here's
I
a
See
good
You.
kitty.
Yeah, we were struggling with the cat and getting the embossing powder to work with it.
Yeah.
And what color of embossing powder?
Because it was very, when you have those fine lines like that.
It's tricky.
Yeah. Cool hat.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's embossing with some other stuff.
We're almost through the pile. We're getting through this. I told y'all we're going to run long.
Here's another kitty. And of course, skulls. I love the skulls.
And we have those in masks and then the stamps.
And there's a kitty. Look at that little booger. And here's another style kitty.
Yeah, that's the Milagro from the Milagro set of kitties.
And you can see the stylized skull and the
Milagro.
more realistic.
Mm-hmm. Or sugar skull, sorry.
Sugar skull. Now, this did not work out as an experiment, but I think it is still cool.
Yeah, so that was the impasto. And then I put the glittery clear heat embossing with it. So it just didn't, it wasn't as punchy as we wanted.
But it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can see this is a good thing not to do. Too busy background, and kitty got lost.
Yeah.
And then I just have another whole bunch of backgrounds here that don't have anything on them, particularly.
This was one of those batching situations, and then she lost her steam, and then it was, October was over, and I'm like, I'm done with this.
I know, but look at some of these. Aren't they wonderful? Look
Yeah.
at this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I need to pick these back up and do something with them. I could do Egyptian stuff on these.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I love this with this just one pink. However that happened,
Block.
I have no idea.
I don't know, you can watch the video. You did a lot of that on stream.
And look at that one. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Now here's some more of that scrapbook paper. And look how cool this one looks. And look at that one. Holy moly.
Mm-hmm. We even made some cards during that time.
Good stuff.
All right, my arty friends. Well, we're going to call it Happy Mother's Day to all of y'all, to your mothers, to, any of y'all that are
Mothers and others.
And even if you're taking care of people, it counts.
Yeah.
Or animals, or whatever. I think it counts. If you're mothering somebody.
And God knows there's some out there that need some mothering. And I need a good swift kick in the pants.
I know that's right.
I swatted Izzy on the butt the other day, and she turned around and punched me in the arm. And I said, well, what did you do that for? And she said, well, what did you slap my bum for? And I said, because you were acting out in your little smart mouth.
Oh, she's...
I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm. We're in for it.
We are.
It's all right. I love
Batten down the hatches, man.
Mm-hmm. She's got ideas. All right, my already friends, we shall be back here tomorrow. I'm going to stamp and do things maybe even on some of this stuff. for
Oh,
you.
yeah. I'm not handing these over, though. I'm going to be select because
That's
some
fine.
of these I really got some ideas on.
Love ya.
Like a
Long haul. Bye, guys.